Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we've got the Addiesdive AD2508. So this is a GADA watch, apparently by Addiesdive. And we've had so many of these GADA watches coming out in 2025, I lose track. And yet, this one here has all the potential to become a true GADA watch, except for one or two very small points, which we need to discuss because they are nuances, but how severe these nuances are, it's all completely up to you. So, what does this watch offer? Well, it offers plenty. 100 meters of water resistance, self-winding automatic movement, stainless steel construction, a boxed crystal, screw and crown, screw down case back. There's a lot to say about this watch. So how about we dive in and talk about it in detail. Now, this watch here was sent to me by the Addiesdive discount store, and I'll be leaving an affiliate link to the listing in the description below. As well as that, you're going to find some US discount codes down there as well as the discount codes for the rest of the world. And now let's dive in and talk about this watch in detail. Let's do it. Let's kick off with the dimensions, because they set the tone for this Addiesdive AD2508. We're looking at a case diameter of 38.5 millimeters, paired with a thickness of 12.2. And here's the thing, about 2 or 3 millimeters of that height is coming from the tall, boxy style K1 mineral crystal. The lug-to-lug comes in at a very wearable 46.4 millimeters, thanks to inverted end links. And you've got a 20 millimeter lug width, tapering down to 16 millimeters at the clasp. Now that 20mm lug width gives this compact case a real sense of stance, almost a squared off footprint that feels planted on the wrist, but without overpowering it. The ratio here is well below the 1:2 between lug width and case diameter, makes for a bold but balanced aesthetic. Combine that with the compact lug-to-lug and you've got a case profile that will sit beautifully on wrist from 5 inches and upwards. There are no overhangs, no flare, just a smooth fit, as you can see on my 6.5 inch wrist. Looking at the case flank, we've got a slightly convex sidewall. Tall, assertive, but not bulky. It's fully polished though, not mirror-like or chromed out, more of a soft, reserved polish that catches the light without screaming for attention. Transitions to the lug hoods are smoothed and well contoured, with brushing on top that matches the brushing on the end links 1:1. That seamless blend really elevates the case integration. The lugs themselves are sharply downturning, almost angling straight toward your wrist, and because of the inverted end links, the bracelet drops down immediately, hugging your wrist with no gaps. It's also a layered setup. Beneath the mid-case, you'll spot the brushed lip of the screw-down case back, peeking out just slightly, while on top we've got the polished fixed bezel, which supports the towering crystal. Swing over to the right flank and you'll find a 5.2mm in diameter screw-in crown, neatly signed, tucked into the case without crown guards. Let's talk about the crown and the movement powering this watch. We've got a 5.2mm in diameter screw-in crown here, signed, slightly recessed into the case flank, and easy enough to grip thanks to its notchy edge. But truth be told, it could have used just a touch more height. It's functional, but a hair taller would have made manual winding noticeably easier. Now, this piece runs on miyota 8215, a reliable workhorse automatic movement. As you unscrew the crown and reach the first position, you engage the manual wind. And here's where you'll notice the difference. Unlike the NH35 smooth, buttery feedback, the 8215 gives you a coarser, more tactile wind. You can actually feel the gear train interacting. It's not gritty, but definitely more mechanical. The movement doesn't have a built-in stop for overwinding because it's an automatic with slipping girdle on the mainspring, so you can wind it as much as you like without damage. Although that said, 20 to 30 turns will get it running comfortably from a dead stop. Pull out to the second position and you'll find the quick set date. Clean, simple, no fuss, and the third position is for setting the time. Here the crown action is reassuringly solid. There's no slop, there's no backlash. It holds position well and adjustment is precise. Once you're done, push the crown in and screw it in. Moving on to the bracelet, we're looking at a classic 3-link design, fully brushed across the top surfaces, while the outer flanks of each link are polished, mirroring the polished sides of the case for cohesive integration. Now, the bracelet uses push pins, not screw pins, so for a watch aiming at enthusiast territory, it's a bit of a missed opportunity. The clasp itself is a standout. It's signed, fully milled, and includes 5 micro adjustment positions. The clasp features 45-degree polished bevels along the sides, maintaining the visual continuity with the bracelet and case flank polish. Double push button release keeps things secure and ergonomic. Inside you're met with a milled folding wing. Now, tolerances are where things do take a hit. There's noticeable stretch and play in the bracelet, especially under tension, which might bother some. But link fluidity is excellent. The articulation feels smooth and responsive, giving comfort and flexibility on the wrist. Flip the watch over and you're met with a screw-down case back, edged with key specs along the perimeter. Nothing too flashy here, it's simple, functional, and gets the job done while maintaining that everyday wear vibe. Now let's talk about the centerpiece of this watch, the dial and the crystal. And to do that, we've got to start with this boxy K1 mineral crystal. Now, visually, it's stunning. This tall, polished dome adds an incredible layer of dimensionality to the watch. You get those soft edge distortions, that classic refractive warping as you tilt the watch. It brings out all the character in the dial. The anti-reflective coating here is surprisingly effective as well, with a noticeable blue sheen at sharp viewing angles, helping reduce glare and add some visual intrigue. But, and it's a big but, at this price point, crossing the $100 mark, a synthetic sapphire crystal would have really sealed the deal. Now, K1 mineral is still a hardened crystal, tougher than regular mineral glass, and it's coated for scratch resistance, but it's not sapphire. And for a watch that's otherwise marketed as a GADA watch, a go anywhere, do anything kind of watch, that does feel like a missed opportunity. That said, drop below the crystal and you're met with what is undoubtedly this watch's strongest feature, that dial. And this dial is genuinely beautiful. It's a deep, almost hypnotic blue with a splatter texture that radiates outward from the pinions, almost like a splash of paint frozen mid-explosion. There's a soft black gradient at the edge, creating visual depth that contrasts beautifully with the crisp white mini track and sharp triangular hour markers. Now, Arabic numerals are printed cleanly at 3, 9, and 12, while a date window replaces the 6 o'clock marker. And here's another slightly missed opportunity, potentially. Let me know in the comments what you think about this comment. I think that the use of a white date wheel against such a dark gradient periphery does disrupt the cohesion just a little bit. A color-matched wheel or even a reverse scheme, blue text on black, would elevate the aesthetic further. Still, the overall execution is commendable, it's striking, it's legible, and it carries real visual weight. Let's talk about Lume, and here is one thing that Addiesdive never fails to do well. And here's another example. Bright blue, long-lasting, evenly applied, everything we expect from Addiesdive. If we go back to the dial, we get that marine feel from the gradient, almost like staring into ocean depth. And despite some small design decisions, the dial here easily punches way above the price point. This watch and this dial actually compares to the dials of Saint Martin as well as Watchdives. So for this price of $100, do you think it suffices as a GADA watch? Now let me know in the comments below. In the description though, do check out the affiliate link if you're after a sharp price, and check out the US and the rest of the world discount codes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.